Welcome back, everyone. This is the Pop-Culture Junkie here. Today we are doing a Let's Play video for WWE2k17 with the Women's Championship on the line, Trish Stratus versus Charlotte. Alright, everyone. Thank you for tuning back in for another Let's Play with the Pop-Culture Junkie. We are at TLC in Boston, apparently, and we have the legendary, gorgeous Trish Stratus coming to the ring. Now, Trish, of course, one of the top all-time women wrestlers that has been in WWF or WWE, whatever you want to say. Of course, multi-time women's champion. She defined and broke the mold of what a diva is, in my opinion, okay? She was wrestling, of course, before the term diva became a thing, but I will say she came in as a diva, she left as a wrestler, because she entered the WWF as a fitness model, and she was brought in as a manager for Test and Albert TNA. Okay, that was their gimmick. But she was brought in to be their valet, and it was okay for the start. But she had a natural presence in front of the camera. They had her doing a whole bunch of different things with Vince and other types. But anyways, she came in and she worked hard, she trained, learned how to be a wrestler, and she had some amazing matches with the likes of Jazz. We had amazing matches with Lita, Victoria, so many, okay. She had main event matches on Raw. She was in a, I believe she was in the actual hardcore match. Yeah, she was in the hardcore match against Victoria. They had like trash cans with different weapons. Yes, they're weapons, not toys. Hung around every corner of the ring, and it was an amazing match. And I believe it was for the women's title. If I'm incorrect, please correct me. But I think it was. But okay, now we have Charlotte, who is currently, of course, on the roster for Monday Night Raw, and she is currently the women's champion. And in her corner, of course, Dana Brooke. Now, Charlotte, I think, has done really well. She's really made a good impression on a lot of fans. I mean, she's a heel, but she does it very well. Of course, she is the daughter of the legendary Nature Boy Ric Flair, and that didn't hurt her chances on coming in anyway, of course. But I don't think she's only survived on who her dad is. There are a lot of wrestlers, in my opinion, that have come and gone. And unfortunately, there's still a few that are still around. When I say around, I mean they still work for WWF and other companies, and they got their foot in the door only because of who their, let's say, who their daddy was. And some of them are still there only because of who their daddy was. And I don't believe everyone has been able to do what some others have been able to do, such as Charlotte. Charlotte's been able to stand out on her own. The Rock, he came in, of course, because of his father, Rocky Johnson, and his additional relatives, like Peter Maivia. Okay, they helped him get his foot in the door when he had nowhere else to go. Of course, he was struggling, got kicked out of school. He needed to shape up, and he needed somewhere to go, and so he went to the wrestling business. People like Randy Orton. Okay, Randy Orton went AWOL from the military. To me, he's never going to be able to make up for that. He turned his back on our country, and he had nowhere to go. And his father, of course, had connections to help him get into the wrestling business. In my opinion, I still think he's one of the worst wrestlers to ever set foot in the ring. I don't even consider him a wrestler, because he just has not. By now, you would think after 12-something years, or 14 years, I think it's been now, I should be able to say at least 5 or 6 great matches that he's had. I've never seen him have a single great match with anybody. I've seen him get carried by a lot of people, but I've never seen him put on anything over a 2-star match. And that's just my personal opinion. I know some people are probably watching going, wait, he's this or what. Hey, that's your opinion, and you're welcome to it, and I'm not judging. But to me, I think he's one of the worst. I think he's completely overrated, in my opinion. But let's focus back on the women, okay? Now, the women are battling it out for the vacant WWE Women's Championship. It is the Women's Championship that was introduced back in '98. Oddly enough, it was introduced back whenever Sable was on fire. Sable, of course, Reyna Mero, the former wife of Mark Mero and current wife of Brock Lesnar, in case you're not familiar with that. And of course, Sable was brought in as well as a model valet. She was originally brought in as Triple H's valet at like WrestleMania 12. But they brought back the women's title finally after the whole Alundra Blaze incident with WCW. If you don't know about that, it's where she took the title to WCW, the women's title, and dropped it in a trash can on Monday Night Nitro. Anyways, they introduced the women's title back into WWF, and what was it? Jacqueline and Sable fought for the title, and then that belt was used all the way up until about 2000. Yeah, it was right. 2006, I believe, was the year. That was when Trish retired with the title belt, and then that's when they introduced the unfortunate. I think that's when they introduced the Divas title. Is that when they introduced it? 2006, maybe a year later or so. But I never liked the term diva. I look at diva as a Hollywood, singer or model or something. A diva, I never cared for. I don't even really care for the knockout term that they had for TNA for a while. They're wrestlers. They may be female, but they are wrestlers nonetheless. Okay, we got some interference happening, of course, with Dana Brooke. Fortunately, that's about all she is good for on Raw right now. I don't really have a lot of confidence in her as far as being able to do anything on her own once the team of Charlotte and Dana Brooke break up. I just don't see how how Dana is going to stand out on her own. And got the figure eight locked in on me. I am controlling Trish, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that, so that's why I am doing as terrible as I'm doing right now. Okay, got something out of there. There we go. Okay, I do have a finisher. I need to get something on Charlotte here. Is this going to be the kick? Oh! And as soon as I do that, of course, here comes Dana. And Trish is going up to the top. And, oh, she hits it. And, of course, Dana Brooke interferes again. Alright, I need to build my stamina up some more. So now I'm curious for you viewers out there. Who, in your opinion, is the greatest women's wrestler of all time? Okay, let's not even... Okay, I mean, you could include somebody that's currently wrestling now. Okay, you could include someone that's in NXT, TNA. It could be someone in WWE, and so forth. Who do you consider your top women's wrestler, and why? Give me some kind of feedback. Let me know why do you think that person is the top of the game. I mean, there's been women's wrestling for decades. It's not just something that started in like the 80s and 90s. I mean, heck, we had what? Who remembers Glow? Okay, who remembers Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling? I'm not talking about that, of course. But we had, all types of women's wrestling throughout the ages. You look at individuals like Moolah, Mae Young, Sensational Sherry, Alundra Blaze, Bull Nakano, Wendy Richter. Oh no, honey, hang on. Oh, we kicked out. Okay. And let me roll out of here. Can I? Yes, I can finally hit her. Good. Ah, no, ah. I'll say this. One of the things I really like about this year's edition is how you have your finisher, you have your signature, and then on the outside of the ring, you will have the ability to do 2 other different, finishers and signatures, separate than the ones you do in the ring, especially when you create your own wrestler and such. So you have a lot more opportunity for a lot different finishers to perform. Makes it a little less, repetitive than, because I can remember all the time I would hit the finisher, 2 or 3 times, either inside or outside the ring, over and over, and it just got a little tedious or a little boring after a while. You're doing the same move over and over. Okay, I need to hit this now. Oh, there we go. And she's right by the ropes. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. New champion crown, Trish Stratus. 1 more title belt to your reign. Excellent. Okay, so there we have it. There's our brand new women's champion, Trish Stratus. The legend continues to dominate. That was a pretty fun match. It was really good. And this is a match I'd love to see if it was even possible. If Trish ever wants to come back. I know she came back a few years ago. She had that match at WrestleMania. This is when they were really heavily promoting Tough Enough and whatnot. And it was just a mixed tag match. But it'd be really great to see her come back and do one more. But she doesn't have to. Her legacy is just fine the way it is. She's got nothing left to prove. And Charlotte is doing great. And as long as she can stay healthy, and they keep giving her fresh opponents and fresh storylines, it's going to be a good run for her too. All right, everyone. So thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to see a match of your choosing at a request, post it in the comments below. Leave me a comment below letting me know what kind of match you want to see, what kind of participants you want to see in the match, and I will do a Let's Play on it and commentate, depending on who leaves me some comments. So do that if you wish. So thanks again for taking the time out to watch this. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more. This is the one and only Pop Culture Junkie saying I will see y'all later. Signing out, guys.